Hi guys, it's Miss Powell here, and today we are on Pythagorean theorem and we are finding the missing leg. Finding the missing leg. So in a right triangle, the two sides adjacent to the right angle are known as the legs, or A and B. So if this is your right angle, the two sides that are adjacent, meaning it is touching the right angle, I will follow those lines up, and those are my legs. Okay. So the two sides that touch it are my legs, and our legs are known as A and B. As we have been learning before this, the side that is directly across from the right angle is your C, or your hypotenuse. Okay. So today we are working on solving for a missing leg, meaning we have one leg and we have our C, but we need to solve for the missing one. We have our steps right here, which is labeled the sides of the triangle. Write the equation, plug in the leg and hypotenuse, solve the exponents, subtract, square root both sides, and your answer will be the length of the missing leg. Okay. So I am going to use my calculator on my device to solve this, just to show you how it is possible. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is label the sides of the triangle. So I'm going to identify my right triangle, highlight the two sides that are touching my right triangle, or that's creating it. I know those are my legs. So my A and my B. The one that's diagonally or directly across is going to be my C. So now I know my A, B, and C. I have labeled the sides of the triangle. Step two is write the equation. So the equation that we use throughout this entire process is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Looking at this tells me which ones I know. So I do not know my A, so I'm just going to bring that right on down as A squared still. Right now we're plugging in the leg and hypotenuse, step three. Our B equals 12 and our C equals 13. At this point, we're going to solve the exponents. A squared is A squared. Okay, we don't know that yet. 12 squared, which is 12 times 12 equals 144, but I'll do 1, 2 squared, and it gave me 144. And then I'm going to do 13 squared, which is 169. So now I have solved the exponents. The next step is to subtract. So we want this A squared on the side by itself. So we're going to subtract the 144 because it's currently a positive 144. So in order to get rid of it, you have to do the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 144 and subtract 144. So now I have A squared equals, because it's 144, is going to cancel out. And then 169 minus 144 is 25. And the next step says to take the square root of both sides. So I'm going to draw my square root radical on both sides. The square root of A squared is A. And the square root of 25, I would literally do 25 squared, and that is 5. Oops, sorry. You'll do 25 squared, not that, 25 squared, and get 5. Okay, so A equals 5. That will be your answer. For number 2, I'm going to go ahead and start off with step 1, label the sides of the triangle. So I'm going to first identify my right angle. The two sides that's touching my right angle is my legs, or my A and my B. And then the one that's directly across from it is my C. Okay. I am going to write the equation, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I am going to plug in the leg and the hypotenuse that we know. So we don't know our a, so it's a squared plus our b is 8. So 8 squared equals c is 10. So 10 squared. We are going to solve the exponents. So 8 squared is 64, and then 10 squared is 100. A squared is a squared plus 64 equals 100. Step 5, I am going to subtract the 64 because I need to get a squared by itself on the side. Bring down my a squared. 64's cancel out, equals 36. I am going to take the square root of both sides. Square root of a squared is a, and the square root of 36 is 6. So there we go. Okay. So now I would like for you to pause the video and go ahead and work through the next two. And when you come back, I'll be working through them. Third time's a charm. And the last one, make sure you have the same answers that I am getting on yours. Hopefully you did go through and do these by yourself instead of just getting the answers from me so that you'll be comfortable with this. All right, guys, so this is very similar to what you did on yesterday. I'm sorry, last week, except for now, instead of adding right here, you are subtracting to get the variable on the side by itself and then take the square root. Good luck.